Hello and welcome to this week's Year 1 Phonics recap. Here's what the children have been learning in phonics in Spring 1, Week 1. This week, the children have been learning the following sounds. They have learned that the letter Y makes the E sound, like in the word funny. They've learned that the digraph with the letters EA make the E sound. They've learned that the digraph of the letters WH make the W sound. And they've also learned that there are some other ways of making the O sound, like the two examples there, as in the letters O and E and the letters O and U. They've also learned the tricky words any, many, and again. So they have learned that the letter Y makes the E sound, like in the word happy that can be seen at the top. They learned that usually it makes the E sound when it's at the end of the word. They've also learned that the digraph with the letters E and A make the E sound, like in the word head. They've previously learned that it makes the E sound, like the word each. So they now know that these two letters can make the E sound and the E sound. They've also learned how these letters, the OE and the OU, can make the O sound. Although we discovered that the OU, as in shoulder, actually makes more of an O. It's a bit of a longer sound. So O and O. They've also learned that these two letters make the W sound. So now we're going to have a go at spotting these sounds in our words. Let's look at the first word. Can you spot the first digraph? That's right, the first digraph is W. The WH, W. Can you spot the second digraph? At the end of the word is Now let's have a go at reading the word. Whisper. Now that is a longer word, so you could chunk it up if you found that a bit of a challenge. You could go whisper. And here's another longer word. So here is our new sound. Boulder. Again, you could chunk it up. Boulder. See how the letters O and U actually are making more of an O sound with an ul next to it, but older. So it's not quite an O sound, it's more of an O sound with that word. Now this word has got two of our new sounds in. Can you spot the digraph? What sound is the digraph making? Did you spot it? It's the E sound. The letters E and A are making the E sound. D. And can you remember what sound this makes? It's the E sound. E. Ready. Well done. And can you spot the digraph in this word? Right in the middle, it's the letters O and D making the O sound. O's. Toes. Okay. Now this week, it says 4 new tricky words, but we actually learned 3 new tricky words, but we did go back and revisit another one, which wasn't at the beginning of the presentation. It's this one. Can you remember what this word is? It's water. We learned this in autumn 2, so we're just revisiting it. It's water. Can you say it? We also learned this sound, which is any. Not sound, word. Any. The A letter, the letter A, is making an E sound, which is not what it usually makes. So that's the tricky part. We've learnt that the Y, the letter Y, makes an E sound. So it's E, any. Now this one rhymes with any. It's got an at the front. It's many. Just like the any, the letter A is making the E sound. Many. And that's tricky because the letter A doesn't usually make that sound. And here is our last tricky word of the week. Can you remember it? It is again. A, G, E, N. Again. The letters A and I are making an E sound. Let's say the word one more time. Again. Now let's have a go at reading this sentence. Pause the video to have a go at reading the sentence independently. Okay, how did you get on? Let's read it together. I feel happy when the whale is near me in the water. Well done, everyone. Super phonics lesson today, and I will see you again next week.